What will be some of the keys getting back out after enjoying the holidays for the big game coming up this week?
Yeah, man. So key today is get these legs going. At practice, get it rolling around, get running, and just get our bodies ready to play some physical football, man, and just play with some discipline. Going against an offense that present a lot of challenges on every level, and we just got to be on point.
Yeah, you said discipline. I'm just looking at numbers. He's running a lot. They got Robinson. Terry. What do y'all have to worry about up front mostly?
Yeah, I mean, one of the top rushing offenses in the league. You mentioned their running back, and Daniels as well is doing well, improvising, also on some design run plays, making some big plays. So we got to be disciplined up there, man, and just really play physical up front. And trust what you see, but at the same time, be ready to adjust and make plays in space, and that's gonna be crucial because they got some good skill that they like to put in position to have success as they should, and we gotta be better, and we gotta do what we gotta do.
What are some of the trademarks of the Cliff Kingsbury offense?
Just like I said earlier, getting guys in space, some I would say like unorthodox formations, but effective. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's cool how it get us offense to the final looks through certain motions, certain placement of players. It challenges defenses in their rules and making sure everybody on the same page doing what they need to do. So definitely innovative and it's been working wonders for them, in Washington, man. And I think the quarterback allows them to do a lot more things in the run game and pass game, whether it's moving the pocket or creating some design runs for him and putting the tension on him to make other players, get open or whatever it may be. So, it's interesting for sure.
How was your Christmas, Grady?
Christmas was good. Can't complain.
What was on the menu?
We had a little bit of everything. Had some lamb chops, got on the grill a little bit. Christmas stuff.
Jake was thinking back this week to that game, and the Eagles, the last time y'all were in the playoffs, and said it's starting to feel that way. It's starting to feel that way again. Does it feel that way to you, one of the guys who's been around here when this team's been in the playoffs?
Definitely think we're trending in the right direction. Our destiny's in our hand. We're motivated, to go to work, and we got hope playing. We're not playing here with only 4 wins or 3 wins and just trying to close out the season. We're playing with the opportunity to get into the playoffs and let whatever else happen. So definitely feeling good, and it's a different feeling that's been in the past couple of years, without a doubt. Us winning 8 games is more than we've won the past couple of years, so that's definitely a positive. And I just want to continue to build on that and get into the playoffs.
How was Christmas and everything for you?
Yeah, Christmas was great. Super fun. I got a DJ set.
Okay.
So that was cool. But yeah, I had a good time with everybody. It was fun.
And just getting back in, focusing on Washington's defense. How do y'all feel you have to attack them?
Yeah, we gotta be more physical than they are. I think that they play good team ball, and they rally around the football. They play hard, but for us, we gotta come in with the expectation of we gotta outmatch their physicality in the run game, in the pass game, and we gotta understand that whatever we come with, it needs to be the right mentality, the right attitude, because this is obviously we gotta lay everything on the line. But they're a good defense, but we gotta do what we gotta do to get this win.
How do I assess their rush numbers? It looks like they give up those yards, but do you see the tougher the yards? Is that misleading, or how does that?
They're a lot of teams run a different type of schemes on them, so they can get the run game going early and often. And I think for us, we got to be on the same time. But yeah, just watching them playing against other teams, they teams attack the run game, as fast as they can, or their run defense. But no, for us, we gotta do the same thing, no matter what it is, run or pass. But we pride in running the ball to open up everything else. So we got to be super solid when we go out there.
And how was the pass game for you with Michael last week?
Yeah. I mean, it was great. You know, he was poised. He was calm. He got all his reads through, and every single throw he was throwing, like he made it happen. Obviously, there was some here and there, but you know, I think he did, you know, really good for his first time being out there. And then now even this week we get another opportunity to go out on the practice field and get more comfortable this week than we were last week.
After rewatching the film, was there anything about Michael's starting debut that stood out to you?
I mean, he was just playing the game that he plays. I mean, he made all the right throws. You know, he made some really nice throws on the outside too. But I think just what stood out to me was like, you know, when we were in the huddle, he was the same way the whole time. Like, he didn't let, you know, any momentum of the game, you know, get to him. He was just the same the whole time. Like, you know, obviously he threw a pick, so like that could be an adverse situation for a young quarterback. But he went right back to the sideline and he was like, bro, like, I'm good, bro. Like, I'm chilling. And we literally went back out there and continued to do what we were doing. So like, I think that's what stood out the most to me.
Both you and Drake were like, oh, we wanted to get him his first passing touchdown. Is there a battle who can get it first?
Yeah, I'll actually, yeah. You know, I know me and Drake wanted that for him, but now is a new opportunity to try to do it, and yeah, I'm gonna try to get it first before he does, or any of us. Honestly, like it's gonna be cool.
Just kind of quietly, I mean, it looks like I know stats are for losers, so what Raheem says all the time.
Yeah.
You know, I guess flying under the radar yourself, you know, you've been doing pretty well this year. Is there anything specifically in year two for you, you know, that led to basically getting to this point, you know, where is it, you know, another year under your belt? Do you just feel like you're more a part of the offense, or you're comfortable, or like just more opportunities, or what do you think it might be?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think it's just my confidence is changed from year one to year two, and just me understanding the whole picture of the run game, the pass game, the pass protection, and then every certain defenses, like understanding defenses and where the free hitters are and who, you know, I need to make miss and break the tackle of to get those yards. But that all of that has been stuff that I've been like preparing for in the off season, and I think this year, like, you know, I go out to every single game like knowing everything, understanding everything, and I just let the God-given ability take over. But that's definitely been the difference between, you know, year one and year two, and it's obviously been great.
Like, do you just see any different defensive schemes, like specifically planning for you? Like, I mean, like different.
Yeah.
You know, curveballs coming at you every week. I mean, or is it kind of just basically you know, what you can do versus?
Yep.
Do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, defenses are definitely scheming and trying to stop, you know, whatever they can to the best of their ability. But, you know, I believe we have so many other guys too, and it's hard to just always focus on one guy. And we have so many threats on the outside. I mean, we have like 2,000-yard receivers that are about to hit 1,000 yards. So it's like, you know, everybody on this offense, even Tyler, like, yeah, Ray. So you can game plan for a guy, but I mean, you got to game plan for so many other guys too, because we can all hurt you. But for me, I'm gonna do as much as I can, obviously, to get those guys the best opportunities, and just to find us the best look so we can go score.
What are your thoughts on Bobby Wagner, 9-time Pro Bowler over there?
Yeah, I mean, I think he a Hall of Famer. I think he's one of the best middle linebackers to ever do it. And this is a great opportunity for myself and, you know, to play against him, because I used to watch him when I was a kid. So, you know, just being out there on the same field as him is a huge opportunity. And, you know, I have the utmost respect for him as a player, and even as a dude. You know, I think he's a great guy. So I'm excited to get to go out there and you know, play against him.
Are you prepared for the cold?
Yeah. I heard it should be like 60 degrees.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, if it's like that, I'm all. You know, I'm happy.
So Bijan, okay, yeah, Bijan, real quick. I know after you crested 1,000 yards, I know after the game you got together with the O-line.
Yeah.
You guys got a picture. Can you speak a little bit about, your O-line this year and how that's been for you?
Yeah, I mean, without them, like, none of this would happen. Like, I would say an extension with Charlie, 8 of those guys, like, and Storm and Kyle, and adding to the 5, big dudes that we got here, has been, such a blessing. Obviously with Chris, being the leader of all those guys and him being obviously the best guard in the NFL, and with Burge learning from Chris, has been like the best thing for him. But then you got Drew and how smart he is and how competitive he is. Within you got a vet with Jake and then Caleb. Like it's those guys are just like the best for me and everybody here. And I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done. So, I thank God every day that I have them to help me out.
So, Jaden Daniels,
Yes.
the quarterback, presents a challenge because of his versatility. What has been kind of the discussion this week about how to defend him?
Yeah, he's having an incredible rookie season. Had experience with him way back when he was at Arizona State. We played him back in the old Pac-12. Rest in peace, the Pac-12. R.I.P. Yep, you beat me to it. But no, he's just a fabulous player. You can see first just him going through his progressions, his arm strength. He sees it really, really well. Most rookie quarterbacks would have kind of a beginning first 6-7 games of struggling to catch up with the speed of the game. Not with this guy. It's special. He can throw it, sees it really well, and then they have quarterback design runs, and now you got to deal with that. He's fleet of foot. He can outrun defenders. And then going back to the pass game, if you do cover everything up and the pass rush doesn't hit home, he can buy time to still deliver the ball downfield, or if there's open grass, he can hit it and get it for a 50-yard run. And so we got to defend all avenues that this quarterback presents, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge for our defense.
I want to ask you about A.J. Terrell. He's the 3rd lowest target percentage in the league. So offenses are actively, staying away from that part of the field. Why is that, would you say?
Yeah, AJ he's that guy. He's that top corner that all 32 teams are looking for in the draft or through free agency, and we thankfully have him right here in Flowery Branch. We're able to put him wherever we want, and we know that the quarterbacks are going to better be aware if they're going to throw his way, and he's shown that through all of our games so far. He's been playing lockdown corner. It's the reason why you haven't heard his name very much. He still has made some tremendous splash plays when the ball does get delivered to his side. But it is obviously an advantage for us to have a big-time player like A.J. Terrell.
In terms of following guys with the cornerback, have you generally done that, or would you rather stay away from that if you can?
It's really a balance of both. If there's a player that we deem as, hey, we need to make sure the offense has to go through someone else, then definitely that's going to be in the game plan. Now, there's certain calls where that may not happen just because of the contour and the coverage that we're calling. But we've had a fair amount of times where AJ has tracked and latched on to the number one wideout. We really even going back to our first game against Pittsburgh, against Pickens, and so and we're able to do that with AJ. And again, we're thankful that we have a big time player like him, so that we can do that.
Yeah, Coach, they had the 5 turnovers last week, but managed to win. And Landman's got 3 punch outs. Jessie's got 4. How big may that be for you this week?
It's tremendous. I mean, we talked about it again this morning. We talk about it every single day. Our guys hear it all the time. We give them visuals, videos of what they've done, what other teams have done, and to our opponent. And that changes the game. Turnovers change the game, and you saw it just last week in our game versus the Giants. And so that'll be the goal again this week, is to try to get the ball back for our offense. If we can score, great. But if we can't, secure the ball and hopefully give our offense a short field to go score.
Given Jaden Daniels' mobility, do you think this Sunday's game will truly show the strides the pass rush has made, like a real test from, say, like the mobile quarterbacks earlier in the season?
Yeah, so to really go back on that, it's going to test our run fits first. And so before you get to the pass rush, you've got to be able to stop the run. And, this last month since the bye, you guys have been talking about it, every single day. But what really hasn't been talked about, or you guys haven't asked me anyway, is, our rush defense has been the best it's been in the last month. And that's what creates us to be able to go after the passer. And so 1st and 10, if we're stuffing the run, it's 2nd and 10, here we go. We can pin our ears back, and then all of a sudden we stuff them there. Now it's 3rd and 12. You just mentioned, earlier in the season, there was some runs that hit on us, 1st and 10, now it's 2nd and 2. Okay? Go ahead, make your call on 2nd and 2. It's 50-50. You can't really pin your ears back against the quarterback. You got to stop the run. Then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 1. Yeah, you can't really get off the quarterback on a 3rd and 1. And so really the recipe this last month or so, our guys have done a tremendous job stopping the run, and those numbers reflect that in all 4 of those games post-bye. And then that's what was been reflected with our pass rush. So to go back to your question, we need to stop the run first. If we can limit the run against the 3rd-ranked rush offense in the National Football League, the Washington Commanders, the 3rd-ranked rush offense in the National Football League, that is the first thing that we have to do. We do that, then now here we go. Hopefully our pass rush results will still come alive. But we got to be able to earn the right to rush the passer by stopping the run first.
To that end, Jaden is obviously a huge part of their run game. Just what do you do to contain him when you're trying to rush the passer, but then also, he's a large part of the run game?
He is, yeah. That's the difficult part about defending this offense, and this is why this is one of the most productive offenses in the NFL right now. Is that adding that extra run threat with the quarterback position adds an extra gap up front, and now you have to make sure you get up there to make sure you stop that gap. And now you get too many guys up there. Now all of a sudden here comes the play action pass, and now you leave your guys in the back end open. And so it's going to be a chess match all night long on Sunday. It's going to be a tremendous challenge for our defense. We've had an awesome opening week of practice. We still got a lot of things to clean up, but we're excited for this challenge.
Coach, Jessie mentioned earlier, I know one of your previous pressers, you talked about the importance of not breaking plaster rules that you got
That's right.
in place, and how a couple of times you guys got burned on that. And obviously, going into this game this week, it's another huge example of how important that is for all the reasons that you've named. You have a dynamic quarterback.
That's right.
But this offense also has some other powerful weapons outside of him. So, how much emphasis have you placed on those rules, and what are some of the things that you guys are doing to make sure, that stays at the forefront while you guys still play your defense?
Yeah, no, exactly. So, we could have the best pass rush plan. He can make somebody miss and now stay behind the line of scrimmage and extend the play. And now here comes the second part of the play. And that's what you're talking about. And that's what has been stressed for a lot of games, but definitely this game, because this quarterback has shown that he can extend the play. And if you don't have your coverages correct, he'll deliver a dime downfield for a big play. And so that'll be one of the keys to the game as well, is making sure that when the second play does start, when the quarterback scrambles around, stays behind the chains, behind the line of scrimmage to extend the play, we got to do a great job of plastering and still do a great job of pursuing the quarterback and trying to get him on the ground.
How did Emory Jones do today as the scout team?
Yeah, he was awesome. He did everything that we wanted him to do. What a fantastic young man, and that was a big deal for us. And he provided a great look for us, and he's going to do it again tomorrow.
How important is it to have a similar look to the guy that you're going to be playing?
It's everything. That's why we practice. We're trying to replicate the game in practice, so when we get to that game on Sunday night, the guys are like, oh my gosh, this was more difficult in practice. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make it as difficult as we can now, and so it can be just a little bit easier, or these guys have seen it when it comes to game time. And Emory did a great job today.
Coach, what are some of the keys that you're discussing with your defense relative to, obviously everything is 1 week at a time, right? And so, as you guys said last week, some of the guys, and Michael and other guys said, hey, we're 1-0, you know what I mean? And so now going into this, but also understanding there's a much bigger picture, and these last 2 games being critical to improving the odds of making the postseason. How is managing just assignments, without, getting too caught up in the reality of how important these games are?
Yeah, no, our guys have been pros the whole year. Our guys approach every meeting, every walkthrough, and we talk about having that be here now mindset. And so began this morning in our first meeting. They're there in that meeting. What are we talking about? How are we going to improve? Go to the walkthrough, go to practice. Now we just had an awesome practice. Now they're going to go watch the film, and now it's like, okay, how can I correct this so I can have a better practice tomorrow? And so it's a be here now mindset. We don't, and I know what your question is, you're like looking down the games, the possibilities. That's not in this building with the players and the coaches. That is not our focus. That is not our focus. We're focused on the process and then let the results take care of themselves.
I imagine you've played or coached a few games at least in elements like rain in Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything you learned from those moments that'll go into, possibly with this one?
Yeah, I mean, our guys have played in rain too. This is, for the forecast that I've seen, this doesn't look like anything that's going to really, truly affect the game. What I've looked at, weather-wise, it's going to be about 20 degrees warmer than what we just practiced in right now. I got 2 hoodies on right now. I'll probably only have 1 hoodie on Sunday, and maybe a light rain jacket. But I don't think the elements from what I've seen will really be an issue.
Coach, last quick question. Obviously coming off of his injury, Caden Ellis has been playing, like with his hair on fire. What can you say about just, his performance since he's come back off that injury?
Caden Ellis, you're talking about? What injury were you referring to?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
wrong guy.
That's okay. Were you asking about Caden or somebody else? Because I can talk about Caden.
Caden.
You're talking about Caden?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So well anyway, so Caden's we're talking about a constant state of growth and development. That's what we talk about defensively all the time with our players, with our staff as well. Caden has developed his game where he can play off the ball linebacker with the best in the National Football League right now. That is the thing where he has really grown his game, which has made our run defense way better in these last 6 games or so. And so now all of a sudden our run defense is better. And now guess what? Now here we go. Now we can go after the quarterback. And then now Caden gets to get on the line of scrimmage, whether we blitz him or whatever it is. And he's obviously one of our best pass rushers as well. But so proud of Caden. He's putting the work in. He's, you see him out there, or you see him in the film room first, and then out here in practice. He's doing a great job of using his hands, knows his run fits, and striking blockers, shedding blocks, tackling. His tackling is better than it was from game 1 to game now to this game. I can't say enough about the progress and the improvement that Caden has made, and the critical element he is for us in the run defense and our pass rush.
Coach, what would be some of the issues for the D-backs to kind of stay at home if the quarterback gets on the move there?
You got to learn to plaster.
Seeing that a little bit.
We watch them all the games, and you get a chance, you got to learn to plaster. We know Jaden is a really good quarterback, and not can he just throw it off the drop back, but he can scramble and make throws on the run. So when you see that, we tell you guys, the play isn't over. It probably the second start of the play when he starts scrambling. So you have to plaster.
In addition to that scrambling, how accurate of a passer is he on the move?
Oh yeah, he's pretty good.
On time and on schedule.
Yeah. I mean, he, like when he's making guys miss, his eyes are always down the field, so he's looking to throw. When he's actually scrambling, and I think that's the thing that we get our defensive backs to understand. You can't look at him scramble. You got to get to your receiver. You got to make sure you cover him, and then when he crosses the line of scrimmage, then we can deal with that one later.
How much have you been able to develop DeMarco with his injury, with him not being on the field? What's his year been like?
Well, to me, I think it's been more mental.
You know, he's been in every meeting, understanding what he's supposed to do. You know, we giving him assignments. Say, hey, what about this here? When they come in on, like, he gets an assignment on Tuesday, and then he has to present it on Friday. So mentally, he's prepared, even though physically he may not be out there. Because to me, I'm a firm believer, if you're ready to go mentally, you'll get your body back right. But if you take a year off mentally and physically, it's gonna be a strain.
What have you seen from AJ this year that may be different from previous year?
Well, to me, you know, locking him up on people's top receivers, and you know, if the ball comes his way, he's knocking the ball down. I know, you know, example, we got a chance to Tampa Bay. All of a sudden, they try to run a route. He comes out of nowhere, intercept the ball. Same way in Carolina. We put him on their best receiver. So we've done that a lot this year, and we've seen a lot of a confident guy going out and saying, hey, look, they throw the ball my way, they throw the ball my way. And you could see that. It's not an arrogance. It's just that, you know what, I'm going to be one of the top corners in this league. You got to cover the top receivers in this league.
What's Justin Simmons done for you? What's he brought to you?
Well, really, he's brought, I think, a lot of calmness and understanding of what he can do. And that kind of took us a little bit of time to say, okay, why did he get 29 interceptions? Why does he have 30 interceptions? And when you look at it, you know he's really good around the ball. So now that gives us a chance to say, okay, we need you to be here, here, and here. And then that puts us in better position and our defense in better position. So it took a little bit of time to figure out, but you know, once we figured it out, I think it's best for us that he can make his plays and with his ability. You know, hey, we trying to get you around the ball. If you're going to be in the middle of the field, be in the middle of the field. If you're supposed to be cutting the guy, go cut a guy. I think that's what he does a really good job of. That's it.
I want to ask a very tangential question.
Okay.
You played quarterback in high school, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And to get to the professional, you switched to defense because it wouldn't play quarterback at that time wouldn't have been feasible for you.
Yep.
I'm just curious now when you see the storylines with Mike and Jaden and even, you know, throughout the league with the black quarterbacks, what does it mean to you to be able to see that progress?
Well, to me, I think the league progressed. You know, it kind of grew as the players grew. So even when I was in high school, you know, we had a handful of black quarterbacks. And then when I went to college, there was only a handful of black quarterbacks. You know, Oklahoma was running the option. And then I think Texas had Donnie Little, who was running the option. It wasn't a lot of black quarterbacks even at that time. So, you know, because you wasn't getting drafted, then the league wasn't ready to accept that. And now all of a sudden, if you look at most of the college quarterbacks, they're black, they're doing what they're supposed to do. It's not 100%, but those guys are winning the Heisman. They're doing this, they're doing that. So that guy who won the Heisman, he's going to get drafted. Well, if he's going to get drafted, then if he's going to be in the first round and he's going to be the face of your organization, you better understand that you have to get your offense to match him, and he can't take 3 or 4 years to develop like it used to be, because somebody else will be coaching him. So I think, you know, when I look at Washington, for example, I think they've done a great job with Jaden because he looks like he did when he was at LSU. You know, when you keep looking at these young quarterbacks, when they develop faster, that means that they're running the style offense they ran when they was in college. So that's what makes it more important, that the NFL caught up with college. We accept those guys, and we will adjust the offense to fit them, other than when you come in here, if you don't know drop back, then you're going to sit on the bench. Well, somebody else is probably coaching that guy. So that's kind of how I think we've developed over the years in the NFL.
Hey, Jessie, how was your Christmas and everything yesterday?
Yeah, we had a good day.
All squared away?
Yeah, had a good day. You know, my little one, he's last year wasn't as fun as this year. You know, he's opening gifts and stuff like that. So, you know, it's a special time where you wish you were with your family, but, you know, you try to FaceTime as many people as you can and, you know, spend the time that you can with the people you love. So it's nice.
All right, now back in the business, having to get ready for this big one. What are some of the challenges that the Commanders present?
Yeah, you know, they got, you know, one of the top 3, I think, run offenses. You know, a lot of that has to do with, you know, Jalen Daniels being able to scramble and, you know, make the plays extend second part of the play. So we're going to have to be huge on that. I think the reason that we've been having success is, stopping teams from having so many rushing yards and forcing guys to get in 3rd and long. So that'll be our goal. And, once we get them in 3rd and long, we got to make sure that we can, contain the quarterback and contain their playmakers because they do take a lot of shots as well.
The discipline, is it kind of like the up front, with the RPOs, the discipline outside guys and knowing when to crash and when to stay at home to read all that stuff?
Yeah, a lot of that stuff, when you start playing like triple option type of teams, it's always, 1-11. What is my job in this play? If my key is this, that's where my key needs to be. I don't need to be worried about the perimeter. Let the DBs handle that. And that's what type of game it's going to be. It's going to be a playoff type of game. Somewhere, it's going to be a Sunday night game where this is going to be a playoff, atmosphere, playoff, trying to get into the playoff type of game. So just being able to handle that and, understand the importance and the urgency of this Sunday night game.
And will the Minnesota game where Coach Morris said y'all didn't stick to the plaster rules at time, will that be another key for the D-backs? Yeah,
that's something that, like I said, we've been talking about. With quarterbacks like this, there's a first play and then there's a second play. With Jalen Daniels being able to use his feet and be effective in that way. So just, rushing coverage works together, and we're going to have to be at our best on Sunday night.
Just want to finish off the season. I don't want to, if a game's out of proportion like that and you got something nagging you, I think it was better suit for the team if I stopped playing, didn't risk any injury for the next.
How much extra work are you guys putting in with Mike now?
The same as we were with Kirk, after practice. Talking throughout the day, walkthroughs, everything is communication. So we're just, as much as we can, reiterating to him what we see, what he sees, and just talking ball, really.
Are you a lefty too?
Yes.
And Bijan?
Yes.
That's
and
pretty.
Red, and Casey, and there's a handful of guys on defense, I think, that are lefties too.
Statistically,
it's weird, yeah, for sure.
A left handful, would you say?
Huh?
A left handful?
Yeah. I'm actually not really fully lefty. I write and eat with my right hand. I kick with my right, but I bat, golf, and shoot left and throw left.
So ambidextrous.
So I'm all weird.
I've seen you throw a pass out here. I feel like lefty if you throw the ball.
Yeah, I'm lefty.
Lefty.
Yeah.
There was a few plays, and Mike mentioned it after the game too, where he missed you all, or there were some drops, which has been uncharacteristic of the team this year. Is that just kind of getting used to trying to get that chemistry now?
Yeah. Obviously, again, it's a different spin. I try not to see it any different way, but the ball can hit your hands different if your hands aren't positioned in the right way for it. So that thing has gas on it, so you got to be prepared for it.
This is a really unique experience because there's a quarterback change. You guys are in the thick of the playoff hunt. It's a primetime game coming up on Sunday. There's a lot. It's Christmas. How do you guys kind of keep centered?
I can speak for myself personally. Really, it's another football game. Whoever's in, whoever's up. Shoot, if I'm down, if somebody's up, we know that there's no fall off on this team, and that we could go out there and compete with anybody and really hang with anybody. So, honestly, just stay the course, keep on working, and keep on building the chemistry that we're trying to build right now.
You're approaching 1,000 yards. You talk about envisioning stuff a lot. Is that something you envisioned for yourself?
Yeah, most definitely. You have personal goals you want to set earlier in the year, and obviously getting to 1,000 was one of them. Kind of creeping up on it, but at the end of the day, I don't really care what happens as long as we win out these last two.
I need your craziest Bijan story on the field and off the field. If there are any crazy Bijan stories off the field.
No, other than that, he likes to travel a lot. He just is in one place this hour and then he's there another hour. He lives that lifestyle. He don't do anything, but he's just out and about.
He just goes everywhere.
With Matthew McConaughey and like that. So he's out there having fun, and he's just a good human, So he does the right thing. So ain't nobody worried about him.
On the field, what's your craziest Bijan play? Practice field, game field, anything?
It was actually, I always say this, we were out here training camp his first year, and, obviously take a running back at number 8, you want to see what he can do, and we're all waiting for him. We finally got the opportunity to see, and I think he ran like a draw play, but he cut from the front side A gap to the back side C gap, and it was just like, what is this?
Right.
So when I saw that, it was just, for me, I already put the curtains up, and it was like, yeah, he's that guy. And so far, he's proven to be. I mean, like, look at this year. He's an absolute monster.
Right.
So.
Jaden was a SoCal adjacent kid too. Did you know of him growing up? Like, did you guys ever run in the similar circles?
Yeah, actually our high school teams were supposed to play each other my senior or junior year, and because he went to El Cajon and I went to Moore Park, so we were in the same division and we were about to play each other, but I think we ended up losing a game or losing our first playoff game or something like that. But we've known of each other, worked out in the same spaces together and stuff like that, and met his mom a couple times and things like that. So he's a great kid, great competitor, and obviously, you can see he's doing his thing over there. So, I mean, for my SoCal guys, it's nothing but love.